each week during this segment, we give each panel member a chance to say what's on their mind. It's called Last Call. Jim, what about you?
You know, during this political season, you want to, don't just go out and pick your candidate for president right now, or your senator or congressman or city council or county commissioner. Take time, digest their information. When the time comes, you know who to pick. With the presidential election going on now, you got the 2 caucuses coming up, New Hampshire and Iowa. Take time to digest the information before you want to pick your candidate. Give it some time, because that candidate will emerge a winner.
Jim, what about you?
So my last call is this. We talk a lot on this show in election seasons about if you're registered for vote, if you're not registered to vote, register to vote.
Yes.
If you're registered to vote, go vote. And we're going to say that a lot. But there's another opportunity, and that is the fact that the filing deadline is coming up here in the next week or so. And the reality is more is not necessarily bad when it comes to candidates, especially for offices like the school board. So if you're one of these people that thinks you have something to give, consider that. Particularly in the school board, I'm very concerned with some of the candidates we have. We have one candidate whose sole purpose or sole statement at this point is he wants to be the 4th vote to get rid of our current superintendent, which I think would be a major mistake.
Huge mistake.
But consider running. There's still time.
What about you, Colin?
Well, and I certainly agree with everything that everybody has been saying in terms of the political system and in terms of digesting information. I guess what I would say is let's not jump to conclusions. And I found it very ironic, and we've talked about this on the show previously. We had this whole issue with Planned Parenthood, and we were all very ready, or some of us were very ready to throw Planned Parenthood under the bus. And it turns out that a grand jury in Texas, of all places, not exactly a hotbed of liberalism necessarily, not only cleared Planned Parenthood, but indicted the 2 people who put together the entire expose that led to the whole jumping of conclusions on the part of a lot of people. And I'm not dictating or saying that Planned Parenthood was right, wrong, indifferent. My point is, as an electorate, it behooves us to be informed and not to jump to conclusions, maybe do a little bit of research. It always never ceases to amaze me, the memes that people put on Facebook. And then you do a little bit of research and come back with by the way, you're completely wrong, and then they get deleted because they realize that they shouldn't put stuff up.
They were
before
completely
research
wrong,
it.
right? Yes, exactly.
So here's to being informed, and that's all I got to say.
And I agree with you. Not everything you see on the web is true.
Right.
Okay.
Shockingly.
Last week on this show, there was a conversation about crime in Hagerstown, Maryland. And I'm here to tell you that I disagree with the panelists who were on last week. All right? Only because I know firsthand, and I've been out in the community, and I understand what people are saying and what they're actually afraid of. Okay. We have a huge problem here in this county with heroin. All right. I know it's being addressed at the state level. We need to be a little bit more aggressive on the local level. We need to have some longer terms. Well, first off, there's got to be a 3-pronged approach to this. There's got to be enforcement, treatment, and then jobs. I mean, those are the 3 things that we have to have, and you have to work in unison. I mean, we have got to have stiffer and longer prison terms for dealers, not people who are just the average user, because they need the treatment part of this. Mm-hmm. And then, along with that, when they're done their treatment, and we got to be aggressive on treatment. I mean, right now, when you detox, if you overdose and you go to Meredith and you detox, you're only in there like 48 hours, and then you're out. Well, all they've done is create somebody who's climbing the walls,
right,
and then wants to go get a fix. So, there has to be a longer detox time. There has to be other avenues of treatment out there, and there has to be a path to put people on so that they aren't going back to where they were. Okay, so it's very important. That's the second prong. The third one is jobs. We've got to have jobs for these people. I mean, a lot of these people are suffering from this addiction, and they aren't suffering because they were opioid users for pain, okay? They are in it because of the people that they hang out with, or they just succumb to their environment. So we have to change the environment. So we have to have jobs. So we're not doing a very good job of that. So anyway, that's my last call. Keep that in mind. That is all the time we have for tonight's show, but we hope you will like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FlipsideTV, and follow us on Twitter, and email us at feedback@theflipsidetv.com. And be sure to join us again next week for another visit to